Oh, it is helpful.
I was trying to lean into it. So,
I am now 61 years old, and I remember being 20, and I thought, when I get to be 30, I'm going to have this much accomplished in my life, and then I'll be able to move on to some other things. So I'll have my family established, I'll have my career established, and I'll be able to do some things for my family and within my career. And then things changed at 32. Changed my career, went from being a full-time pastor to going into the financial field. And my wife and I decided we'd stay in town. We didn't move like we thought we would. And so some visions that we had in our 20s didn't come true in our 30s. We had to make a transition in the way that we thought about things. We had to make a transition in how the things that we thought were important to us, where we thought we needed to be in order for those important things to happen, so they could happen. All that had to change for us. So we had to transform ourselves a bit in our 30s. But we thought when we get to 40, then we'll have these things done. And of course, a similar thing happened where we changed gears once again. We actually narrowed our field of expertise in our 40s about what we were going to do in the financial field. And so we began to do that, and that changed about, well, here's what we have to invest in, here's what the investment's going to cost, here's what it's going to cost our family to invest in it. And so we need to have an idea of what we're going to do once we get past that. And so we thought by the time we get to 50, we'll be done with that. And so, but when we got in 50, yet another transition occurred, and it was a big one where we actually changed who we were actually going to talk to. We weren't going to no longer talk to doctors and business owners. We were going to talk to federal employees. That was a whole different mindset we had to learn. That was another whole set of information we had to understand. And then we had to put that information in the context of each individual that we talked to. And that was tough because federal employees are simply different people than doctors. Federal employees are simply different people. They think in different ways than business owners. And so I had to make yet another transformation. And my wife says, here we go again. And we keep thinking about this. And so we thought when we get to 60, and now here I stand at 61, and guess what? Making yet another transition. Having a demand placed on me, placed on my wife, of another transformation. And I think what's finally dawning on me is that I'm never going to, quote unquote, arrive. I'm never going to reach that place where everything just stays the same. Because even if I stay the same, everything around me changes. Everyone around me changes. And so there's no standing still. There's no, well, I've made it and this is where I'm staying. There's only, let's make transition and let's go through transformation. Let's grow as individuals. Let's grow as a married couple. Let's grow as parents, and now we're grandparents. Let's grow as business owners. Let's grow as providers, service providers. Let's grow. And I think what I'm trying to get across to you is that life is full of transitions. And when we get to a certain point, doesn't mean, quote unquote, we made it and now everything stops and the world stops changing, because it doesn't. A lot of people, I think, have a misconception of what it means to change a career, that some things are going to never happen again and other things are going to happen that have never happened before. And I think some people have a misconception of what retirement is, that it's actually the pinnacle of what they wanted to accomplish in their life. And while it's a good thing, it's probably not the thing. What the thing is, it's whatever is happening right now. I think the wonderful thing about having all these transitions occur and having this demand for constant transformation is that, man, we are getting older, but we're not old, at least not yet. We're living and we're experiencing and new things, fresh things. Same people, old people in the same way, but everything's refreshed, and it's an amazing journey. And I just wanted to offer you that perspective. And hopefully, if you feel like you're in a rut, look for the transition point. The transition is going to happen, and transition demands transformation, and that's when things get exciting all over again.